What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement. We are back here in the basement, and we are here to do the WWE preview of Clash at the Castle. There's going to be a lot of great matchups in this fight. There's going to be a lot of great matchups, a lot of great fights, a lot of good stuff. Women's Championship on the line, SmackDown Championship for the women's on the line. Of course, the Universal Belt. We're going to get into that. There's quite a few other matches I want to talk about before we get into the big ones. They're all big, but when I mean big, and I mean Universal title belt match between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. First, Johnny Basement, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notice, hit the like button. Keep this basement rolling toward 1,000 subs, because we're already halfway there. We're more than halfway there. More than halfway there. We use a basement mentality here. We start in the basement and rise up and make to our short-term goal of 1,000 subs, and we're going to roll right into 2,000 subs, and that's what we're going to do. Keep this basement rolling. Anyway, back to WWE previews. The most interesting match that I feel it's a non-title match between two guys, Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins, man. That match to me is going to be very intriguing. Have you seen, which I believe is real hate between these two guys, real hatred between these two guys. Seriously, that argument they got in last Monday Night Raw, where Riddle was, basically Riddle just told Reigns that there's one man in every marriage, and that man is Becky. He was talking about Rollins' wife. Like he went in there talking about his wife. And right during the commercial break, they showed Rollins say something about, he's like, yo, Riddle, you still there? Did you guys see this? He's like, Riddle, you still there? Because he's like, let me tell you something, man. Your wife took your kids and left your bitch ass right where she found you. Basically, that's what he said. Riddle really did just get divorced after 11 years of marriage. Like, for real, he did. So because Riddle dropped a whole bunch of F-bombs after that. They moved this match from SummerSlam to Clash at the Castle. So this has been something that's been brewing for a while. But I honestly believe that this has truly gotten personal, man, because that would happen during the commercial break. Now, listen, I know a lot of stuff that goes on with wrestling, whatever people say about it. That right there, Riddle really did get divorced, man. And that was like real personal, man. I don't know, Riddle taking that shot at Rollins' wife was so cool either. That match there is going to be outstanding, man, because Seth freaking Rollins has owned Riddle, period. He's owned Riddle. He just has. He's owned him quite a bit. They did fight at Slam a little bit with Riddle coming back out. And again, Rollins did his famous stomp. He stomped him. Stomped him again. So we'll see what happens at this match, but that was the match I wanted to talk about first because I really feel that there's a lot of pure hatred between these two guys. Secondly, the next match that I'm really excited about is Sheamus versus Gunther. Sheamus is a 4-time champion, man. Sheamus should get that Intercontinental belt. Gunther, I know Gunther. I know he beat Ricochet to get that Intercontinental belt just a few months ago. I can't even get the word out of my mouth. Intercontinental, because that's what happens when you're in the basement. That's what happens when you're in the basement. Anything can happen down here, including mistakes like Intercontinental belt. So, he took that from Ricochet just a few months ago. The guy held the NXT title for like 870 days. So I'm not disrespecting how great a wrestler Gunther is, but calling yourself the ring general, all right, you're going up against Sheamus now, man. Sheamus is a 4-time champion, 4-time ex-champion. There's going to be a lot of action from the crews. Ludwig Kaiser, who's the most irritating guy that has come along in a long time. He's just irritating from the way he stands to the way he talks. Gunther! And all that. I hate it. It's so irritating. It's so irritating to listen to. The Brawling Brutes are hilarious to me. Richie and especially Butch are hilarious to me. And Butch did go at it with Ludwig during the stare down that Gunther and Sheamus had at SmackDown. He did go at it with them. So I will tell you this. Gunther is going to lose. My prediction is Gunther's going to lose to Sheamus. He's going to be a 5-time champion now, getting that belt, and he should because he's a much better representation of the WWE than Gunther is. That's my opinion. That's the way I feel. If you don't like it, I don't care. Sheamus should get that belt, and that's the way it should be, and they should have a lot of good side action between the Brutes and Ludwig Kaiser. That's what I would love to see right there, okay? The next match that has really got me going, that's going to be that's going to be fun is Liv Morgan versus Shayna. Liv Morgan versus Shayna. That's going to be incredible. She's tough. Liv got that belt, took it from Ronda Rousey, and then Rousey had that whole thing with the referees. That was pretty funny, right? That was funny. But Shayna's come along. She has earned the right. The first SmackDown after Slam, she took out Shotzi and Raquel and Natalya and Sonya, and she won that right. She won the right to get this title match. I don't know if they're going to give it to her or not. I know Rousey's had a lot of problems and she's been fined a lot from WWE with all her interference with the refs and going bat you know what crazy inside the ring. So I really wanted to see Rousey get that belt at SummerSlam. She didn't get it back, so Liv Morgan is going to, I think she's going to retain her belt. She's going to retain the belt because they want Rousey fighting her back again. They want Rousey getting that belt back. She's the one that really brings a lot of fans. She brings the fun. She brings the hatred. She brings it all, man. She is an outstanding wrestler. Liv Morgan's cool. It was a fan favorite. It was kind of cool thing that she got the belt, but it's time to move that on. That should be one of those quick, you got the belt for a second, and now you don't. Right? That's the way that should go. Edge and Rey Mysterio. Edge and Rey Mysterio. WWE legends. They are legends. Going up against Judgment Day. Damian Priest. Finn Balor. Rhea Ripley. However you want to say her name. You know who I'm talking about. Judgment Day was formed by Edge. He got that whole crew going. Damian Priest was his protege. Man, and they turned on him. You all remember, turned on him before SummerSlam on Monday Night Raw. Turned on him, embarrassed Edge, slammed him around, threw him through the announcer tables, power slam, did everything, embarrassed, hit him with chairs, did the whole thing, turned on him and kicked him out of Judgment Day. He formed Judgment Day and they kicked him out of the band, and he got absolute great revenge at SummerSlam when Edge came out during the last pay-per-view event at Slam. Much respect to him. Rey Mysterio chose Edge over Dominic. He chose him over Dominic, his own son. Dominic's going to be ringside. I wonder if he's going to be ringside, man. I know he's mad at his father for choosing Edge, but listen. These guys, Rey Mysterio is the absolute legend, man. With Edge, another one, man. Rey Mysterio's been doing his spins, twirls, and burns and turns, man, for 20 years. 20 years. And anytime you get a chance to see legends like this, because we don't know how long they're going to be around. We don't know how long. So anytime you get a chance to see legends like this, you got to watch it, man. You got to get involved. Rey Mysterio is a fan favorite. I love him to death. I thought it was hilarious. Remember Sin Cara when they tried to make another Rey Mysterio? Remember Sin Cara? That guy was a clown, man. You cannot replicate Rey Mysterio. You cannot duplicate him. You can't replicate. You can't do it. You can't do it. Okay, I'm going with Edge and Rey Mysterio in that match. Judgment Day is not going to win that match. No way, no how. It's not going to happen. I do believe there's going to be a side show, though, with Rhea Ripley and Dominic standing ringside. I guarantee you something's going to go down there, and I'm kind of interested in seeing Dominic's reaction to his father for choosing Edge over him, and we're going to keep it moving to the final match. The match. Heavyweight Universal title belt match between Roman Reigns, who's held it for 2 years now. 2 years he has held the belt. The bloodline. Roman Reigns, Usos, man, running the show with the guidance of Paul Heyman, one of the greatest managers in WWE history. Up against Drew McIntyre, who earned the right by beating Sheamus in the Donnybrook just a few weeks ago. He's earned the right. He's earned the right to come in here and challenge Roman Reigns for this belt. He's not going to get it. Drew McIntyre is not going to get the belt. Roman Reigns is going to continue this. He's going to continue marching on as the tribal chief, as the head of the table, with the Usos, the tag team champions. This is going to continue. They have been running the show for 2 years now, Roman. Running the show. He has beaten everybody under the sun, right down to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. That SummerSlam match was one of the greatest matches I have ever seen in recent memory, especially with the tractor lifting up the ring. I have never in life seen something like that before in the WWE. On top of that, getting Roman Reigns in the actual bucket and dumping him out on the ring. Boom! In the ring. That was out of this world crazy. Out of this world crazy. That was one of the most incredible matches. And Brock Lesnar F5 and Paul Heyman, he F5'd him into the announcer table. That was such a great match. I didn't want it to end. Drew McIntyre, he's done a lot. He's brought himself back in WWE. He got released a while ago. He was part of the worst stable, in my opinion. The Spirit Squad probably has an argument as being maybe worse than 3MB, but 3MB was like the definition of jobbers in the WWE. They were awful. Jinder Mahal, Heath Slater, and Drew McIntyre. 3MB was a disgrace to the WWE. And they were like, I guess, jobber heroes, right? They were the definition of jobbers, man. And Jinder Mahal's still a jobber. He went from champion for a brief moment after beating Randy Orton right back to no storyline with Shandy and doing the he's total jobber. He's right back to where he was, basically. I'm not going to talk about Jinder Mahal. What a waste of time. But Drew McIntyre I give him respect for coming back, better shape, bigger man, bigger role in WWE. He's not going to beat Roman Reigns, though. He's just not. It's just not going to beat it. It's not going to happen. Roman Reigns is going to retain the title. Did you guys see SmackDown? The last SmackDown? Did you see the statement the Bloodline made over Drew McIntyre? The Usos came out, was beating on him, slamming chairs on him. The Tribal Chief came out, speared McIntyre, put him down, and put the chair right over him. Sat down, stuck both belts, heavyweight belt, universal title belt, right over his shoulders and leaned on that chair like, yep. And Drew was right below him and the Usos are behind him. That's the Bloodline, baby. That is the Bloodline. They are going to continue rolling and running the WWE for a while longer. Sorry, Drew. I respect the fact that you came back, but you're done. That SmackDown was a statement from the Tribal Chief, head of the table, who runs the show in WWE, and who's going to continue to run that show. Right here, the Bloodline. They're going to continue to run this show right here. Guys, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Clash at the Castle, Saturday, September 3rd, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I will be doing a review of that the following day. I will be doing a review of that maybe right after it. Who knows? But come here, right here, Johnny Basement in the basement. I will see you after Clash at the Castle, and I am out.